Welcome to the Phenomenal Teacher Show. I'm Diana, and I create episodes to enhance your wealth and well-being. Today's show will feature why I eat chocolate every single day, and you should too. So the first reason to eat more chocolate is that it could be good for your heart. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating a small amount of chocolate can reduce your risk of heart disease. The second reason to consume more chocolate is that it can protect your skin from the sun. Now, don't start applying chocolate and spreading it all over your skin. Instead, I want you to ingest it. So, a study conducted by German researchers found that a group of women who consumed hot chocolate fortified with extra flavonoids in that chocolate every morning for over 3 months were less affected by the UV rays than women who drank hot chocolate with less flavonoids. So drink up. The third reason you should consume more chocolate is that it can help you with math class. And if you're not in math class or teaching math class, it can help you generally with numbers. The reason is because the flavonoids, which are compounds that have antioxidant effects in chocolate, could help people with their number skills. So let's add up all the ways that we love chocolate, all the ways that we could eat chocolate, and how many chocolates that we could eat over the year. The fourth reason why you should consume more chocolate is that it can help calm you down. According to a study in the Journal of Psychopharmacology, people who consumed more chocolate felt calmer than people who didn't. So now you can associate eating chocolate with stress relief. Now the fifth and last reason why you should consume more chocolate is very obvious. It tastes good. It tastes good on your tongue, tastes good in your mouth. I don't really know how my stomach feels about it, but I haven't had any personal issues. So before you start diving into buying your own supply of chocolate, I want to share with you my experience with chocolate and how I actually eat it. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with a fellow teaching friend. Now let's continue. Now, I am not a health practitioner, nor do I claim to be, so please seek the advice of your own medical doctor whether eating chocolate is healthy for you. Generally speaking, many sources say eating sugar is bad for you. I know that dark chocolate is healthier for you, but to each their own. I personally love milk chocolate. I love chocolate with hazelnut, and if that makes me happy and I don't consume a lot of it, I like to savor my chocolate and eat small amounts every single day, then that really makes me happy and it doesn't affect my overall health. I do have a video on habits and addictions that I'll post below in the comment section, so you can refer back to that, because I did ask the person I was interviewing whether eating chocolate every day was healthy or detrimental to my overall health. And if you're interested in seeing how she responded to that, the link is below. Also, I mentioned some of my favorite chocolates in the hotel series videos, where I shared with you that the key to happiness when traveling is to replicate as much of your home experience within that hotel room, and that includes bringing snacks that you love, which is chocolate for me. So I do love certain chocolates. Now, the chocolate I'm going to feature right now is Ferrero. This is not sponsored. However, it is one of my favorite chocolates. So any rep from the Ferrero company, if you want to send me some Ferrero chocolates, I would totally dig that and love it and eat it. So contact me to send me some chocolates. I also like Lindt chocolates. So hey, Lindt reps and Turtle Company, I love your chocolates as well. So go ahead and send me as much as you like, and I will appreciate each little piece of chocolate that I consume. All right, so now let's begin of how I like to eat my chocolate. I want to expose you to a different way of eating the chocolate. So instead of really thinking of it as eating, I want you to shift your perspective to just enjoying the chocolate. So when we replace the word eat the chocolate, to enjoy the chocolate, now you're using more of your senses. So how does the chocolate smell? Okay, it all starts, when you start breaking down your digestive system in your mouth, it actually starts with scent, because you smell it first, and then it produces saliva in your mouth. And then once you insert it in your mouth, your saliva breaks it down, down your esophagus, your stomach acids break it down, your digestive enzymes goes. I allow the chocolate to melt on my tongue. And the reason for that is there's different parts of your tongue that can taste the bitterness, the saltiness, the sweetness of the chocolate that you're consuming. So I like to sort of move it around the palate of my mouth so that it could taste different flavors, different ingredients, like if there's vanilla notes to it, or how does it really melt inside your mouth and taste. I try to avoid using my teeth as much as possible. Now, I love chocolate with nuts, so yes, I do chew it, but I try to allow as much of the chocolate part, the hazelnut cream, or the substance that are not hardened in my mouth, on my tongue, before it moves to the sides of my mouth. So I hope that makes sense. So you really want to allow this chocolate to be on your tongue, melting using your own body temperature, away slowly, and consuming it. So this could take some time. Normally, we eat chocolate by just putting it in our mouth, chewing and swallowing. And that's how the majority of people I've noticed personally eat chocolate. And there's nothing wrong with that. Here's an example of how my mom eats her chocolate. So thanks for being a good sport, Mom. Thanks for being part of this episode. And here it is. To eating any type of chocolate is for you to actually enjoy what you're eating. So over the years of many trials of different brands of chocolates, I narrowed it down to my top 3 favorite chocolates. And if you are a representative from any of these chocolate companies, please send me some samples of your chocolate, because I absolutely love it. So obviously, this is not sponsored. This is my honest selection of my favorite chocolates that I love to eat. And if you like to send me some chocolates, I would love that too. All right, so let's begin. My first favorite chocolate is Ferrero. So this is Ferrero Rocher. And this package will last me probably a month or more, because I like to savor each one. So as I open it, and I love the cases as well. There's so many Pinterest and YouTube channels that show how to, remove the labels and reuse these, because they're just so beautiful. I actually like to put my hair bands and my small hairpins and the small items inside of these and use them as a storage container, because they're so beautiful after I clean them out, and even put like a little label on top of it. I did reach out to the company and ask them to not melt their labels on here, so we could actually reuse this, because it is incredibly difficult to remove this label. But anyways, that's a different video. I try to recycle whenever possible, and I encourage you to do that as well. Okay, so now that I've shared with you that I shared the containers afterwards, you are going to take your piece of chocolate and open it. So it starts here. It starts with smelling. And as I smell it and really take it in, it smells so delicious. My mouth started producing extra saliva, and that's what happens. You smell it, your sensations, you're looking at it, you know this is gonna taste good. It's gonna taste good, right? All right. And then I kind of leave it in here because I have a germ phobia, so I don't really like touching, items unless I just wash my hands and then I put it in my mouth. And so I will just take little bites of this. Okay, so what did I just do now? I allowed the cream, the hazelnut cream, and the chocolate part to melt on my tongue, and I was shifting it around my palate so I could taste everything. And then when it came down to the nuts, I started chewing. Any substance that I wasn't able to allow in my mouth to swallow, I sort of they kind of went to the sides of my mouth, and then I started chewing the tiny bits of hazelnut that's on part of this exterior wall. And then I just continued doing that. So really, it might take me at least a few minutes to consume this one Ferrero ball. And I used to eat it in a way where I would just put it in my mouth, chew and swallow, like most general public. But then I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't satiated. So I had to pick up a second one or a third one and put it in my mouth and eat it. And finally, I felt like that was enough. So instead of consuming 3, and let me tell you, these not a low calorie food, and they do contain sugar. And so if you're mindful of how much sugar you consume in a day, by limiting it to 1 a day, I mean, it's not going to be that harmful for you. And if you're savoring it, if you're truly taking your time to taste it, to enjoy it, that's all you need. I usually eat this in front of overlooking the backyard with my tea. I usually always do that. So let me bring you there. Welcome to the view of my backyard. Now, we just had a snowstorm, and it's very unusual for Long Island to have this much snow, but here it is, and it's beautiful. It reminds me of a winter wonderland. Now, back there's a pool, which is completely covered with this powder soft snow, and the hot tub, which we can't use. What is the point of living in a place you can't utilize the pool and the hot tub? I don't know. So we're definitely moving. But anyways, here's my chocolate. And I usually sit, there's a table here, and there's 2 chairs facing the backyard. And I just finished eating my chocolate. So let's try this again. I'm just going to take a little bite. And I let that melt in my tongue first. And then the nuts went to the sides of my mouth where I used my teeth to chew the remainder. And then I swallowed. And I just keep repeating this process with, my chocolate, no matter what it is. If it's a turtle, if it's a Lindt chocolate, the Ferrero, any type of chocolate. I would just really take my time to devour it slowly and allow all of the the taste to sort of melt on my mouth so that I could enjoy it, because I can't really taste things once I've swallowed it down. It's already gone. So I really try to enjoy the process by allowing it in my mouth as long as possible so I could enjoy it. I'm back in my home office, and I put the lid back on the Ferrero Rocher chocolates to save it for another day. I hope that you found that resourceful or entertaining, and if you did, please share this with a fellow friend who loves chocolate or would like to start loving chocolate even more than what they had before. So I hope that you enjoy your chocolate more today, knowing all of the 5 benefits of eating more chocolate, so you don't have to feel guilty about consuming things that bring you joy. For me, chocolate is one of the highlights of life, as well as so many others, but it is something that I look forward to enjoying every day with my tea. So I want you to find things that you love eating and embrace that. Don't feel apologetic for liking to eat chocolate or whatever it might be. Really own it and say, you know what? These are the reasons why I like to eat it. And if you don't like it, sorry, your loss. More for me. Just like if you don't like Ferrero chocolates, hey, that's all good, because I sure do. So then I don't have to wait at the grocery store and have an empty shelf, because there's plenty for me to choose from. I'd love to know what your favorite chocolates are, and especially some recommendations for chocolates with nuts inside of them, like pecans and hazelnuts. Those are my absolute favorite. I'd love to know what you enjoy eating that you are unapologetic for. Post those comments below and I will respond to them. I want to personally invite you to join the Phenomenal Teacher Club. It is an exclusive members-only area that enhances your wealth and well-being, surrounded by supportive teachers that are all on this transformational journey together. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, I'm always here to support you on this transformational journey of becoming the phenomenal teacher that you have always intended to be. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.